on into the room. Be coachable, teachable, trainable. Post your city and state for where you are catching this information from on today. Today might pluck some nerves as we discuss if you are trying to be everywhere, that is why nothing is working. So if you're trying to be on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on Threads, on Notes, and wondering why none of it's been working, trust and believe I have been there, right? And I'm not referring to awareness. So I am an advocate for being everywhere with regards to awareness. Engagement and connection are a totally different beast. And we're going to talk about that today because boundaries aren't a luxury. They're your brand's protection plan, right? So if you are trying to be everywhere, that is why nothing is working. Meaning, if you're trying to be on the multiple different social media platforms beyond just awareness, beyond using small clips or reels or things just to put awareness out there about your brand's value, if you're actually trying to comment, share, post, respond, engage, connect, and all that on all of these different platforms, you are going to be chaotic. So while you will miss when people respond or engage on multiple platforms here and there, you have to be able to say no. You must learn the power of saying no to protect your brand's peace. Now, there may be comments going on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is not my featured platform. It's not my focused platform. There may be things going on, and I may have great percentages and lots of green color with regards to IG. But again, IG is not my focus. I may have lots of new followers that are opting in over on Facebook. But again, Facebook is not my focused platform. YouTube is my focus platform because videos don't die on YouTube. They recirculate, they resurge, they're around for the long haul. And in this current society that we live in that has so many distractions, so much chaos, so many things vying for your attention, that we are in this microwave, do it now, show me now, give it to me now society. People are becoming more and more lazy with regards to reading. That's why emails are not as strong of a content delivery system as they should be. That's why vlogs are outranking blogs. That's why podcasts are killing the game right now, right? Because people are multitasking and you don't realize it, but you literally can't fully multitask as well or as effectively as you can when you focus on one thing, get the thing done, move to the next thing. If you ever did the test, you'll see that focusing on multiple things at one time actually takes longer than when you focus on one thing, go through completion with it, and then move the needle or move your focus or your attention or your efforts to the next thing. You clear that list much faster, right? In most cases, usually about 95% of the time, okay? However, if you are trying to be everywhere, that is why nothing is working. Engagement is far different. Connection is far different than simple awareness. People don't know you exist if you don't put it out there. Okay? If you don't put it out there, they don't know you exist. They don't know that you have the solution to their problems. They don't know or see your results, and therefore they can't know you, like you, or trust you. They can't opt in sometimes if you don't tell them to. They can't look below, click the thumbs up, give this video a like, share this video, but more important, subscribe to this channel unless you tell them. How many of you have scrolled and trolled and scrolled and trolled and never looked over to the right or below the video and clicked the thumb? It happens all the time. Distractions, I kill you, are the detriment of your activity. Okay? Think about this. Every yes you give to distractions, to misaligned clients, or exhausting content strategies is a no to the version of your brand that you're really trying and working towards building. So today's session is really about understanding how to protect your peace while protecting your positioning as a brand, okay? If you're tired of burnout, inconsistencies, or bending your brand to please others, guilty, hands up, hashtag high five to all of the brand pleasers. This session is for us. This session hopefully will help you to recenter and to say no like a boss, to say no like a leader, and to say no like a professional personal brand. Okay? Again, every yes you give to distractions misaligns clients, that means you out here people pleasing, and exhausting content strategies with no automation, no AI, is a no to the version of your brand that you actually should be operating in. Okay, so we're going to talk about today why every brand needs personal and professional boundaries, the hidden ways. Yes, it's costing you credibility and conversions. I'm going to give you again today 3 types of boundaries that every entrepreneur needs. Okay, what happens when your boundaries and your brand aren't aligned, and how detrimental it is to your company, right? I want you to build a brand permission list to stay consistent and protected. Okay, so let's jump right in on today, Thursday, to where we are talking about one of the most powerful brand moves that you can make, and that's just saying no. All right, not out of fear, not out of alignment, but just say no to protect your peace. I've already gone over the past 20 years through how important having a brand is. That your brand is not just your colors or your fonts or your styles or your logo or your website or your funnels or your social media. It's the energy, it's the vibe, it's the experience that people associate with you. And the only way a brand extensively truly gets built is over time. And yes, you must be involved. All of those foundational components can be built for you, but you and your judge still brings the actual core of your brand to the front of the room, to the front of the stage, to these internet streets. Okay? All right. When you say yes to things that misalign with your brand's values, with the mission, with the core values, then your audience will feel it, even if they don't say it. When you do things that are out of left field, that are chaotic, that don't align, the audience feels it. Okay? Right now, the Facebook audience is feeling the absence of these live because we're focusing on Facebook. So instead of just leaving the timeline blank, I decided to offer a replay game. And at midnight, we allow the replay from YouTube to still post now on Facebook, LinkedIn, and occasionally Instagram, just to ensure that my audience knows we over on YouTube. But hey, here's a little snippet of what we talked about. Here are a couple of reels here and there. Here are a couple of shorts here and there. But anything else I would do would be misaligned, and it would cost my audience attention. So if you think about what we are currently displaying on today and why we have these recordings going this week, is because we are at GovCon, right? And I don't know if you were under a rock, you just didn't get when we discussed this information from, let's see, it's been about 2 weeks now. Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks now where I started talking about the shift that's happening inside of the economy with this current leader who is running this free world that we are in, and the way that he is firing people, and people are losing their jobs, or people are being furloughed or laid off, or whatever you want to call it. Their income is being affected. And I began to discuss a pivot that needed to happen, and that deals with entrepreneurs branding themselves and positioning themselves to attract government interests so that they can begin to apply for government contracts. And that's why we are in this situation we are during this 5-day challenge, because you guys need access. You need to understand that there is another way. Okay, you don't have to be without. You can utilize your value and your skill sets to set yourself up professionally so that you can garner the attention of government agencies so that you can be in position to bid and get and acquire government contracts. This week alone should be about you understanding the alignment between why I'm giving you access and talking to you about AI, and a community on school that is available to give you AI training weekly, daily. That is $28 per month. Now, I don't know if they've gone back to the 99, but if you click the link, you'll find out. So dbc.martinabrityelverton.com, click the link, find out how much it is. You can get AI training by the week, by the month, however often you want to opt in, by the day, by the hour. So should you choose. All right. That is letting you know there is automation and learning that needs to happen right now with AI. So I gave you access to dbc.martinabrityelverton.com. That's if you aren't following any of the Watch Me Work Wednesdays, where I talk to you about ChatGPT and how to set yours up right now on the free. Go on and pay the $28 per month and go on and learn on the paid. All right. In addition, things that are aligned with the brand, I also have given you access to govcon.martinabrityelverton.com so that you can align yourself structurally, functionally, socially up with being able to attract government contracts. I made sure that you guys saw that as well. So you've seen me post up about some of the affiliates. You've seen me post up about the challenges that we're involved in, because your business cannot be singular focused with regards to other people who need what you have to offer. You cannot just offer just domains. I have to be able to tell you what a brand is, why you need to start with a domain, and all the other aspects that you need for that to work. I have to be able to share and show all of the different areas. Let's see if I can pull this up to tell you what you don't know. I have to be able to say you need a lead magnet. You need to be able to have URLs that go to exactly where you want them to go, like subdomains. You need domains. You need a payment processor. You need a checkout cart. You need an autoresponder. You need to have storage that people can access. You need landing pages. You need to have an audience, someone that actually knows, likes, and trusts you enough to do business with you. You need to have strategic content. You need to have daily offers. Pregnant pause. Daily. You need to be somewhere talking daily about something dealing with your brand so that you can attract people who need that. You need to have free offers. You need to have paid offers. You need to have, at some stage, a course that teaches people or walks them through on the free, on the DIY, on the DWY, and on the DFY. Like, you need to have all these things in place over time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Jesus took, what, 6 whole days to build all of this. I'm not saying you have to have all of this done day one, but I need for you to be aware that you need all of that. And you need to be putting that out for awareness on multiple platforms so people can get to know you. When you don't do these things, you are singular focused on just you, on just what you need, right? And it's not going to happen that way because you need to be able to collaborate with others. You need to be able to utilize automation. You need to be able to create a plan. You need to be able to have other areas of your business that are aligned, right? And when you decide to jump into the pond of doing this, you also have to set boundaries. I just gave you a whole list of a lot of the different things that you need inside of your ecosystem. But if you're trying to learn all that at one time, as well as saying yes to all these different people who need access to all of that, you will also attract misaligned clients. You will get inconsistent results. You will eventually lose your confidence in your own message. Ask me how I know. I've been talking about domains and brandings for 2 decades. Funny how everybody wants to jump on the brand wagon this last 2 to 3 years. Been talking about it for nearly 20. Anyway, what we want to move into next is a way that I can help you to set up the boundaries. I'm going to only give you 3 right now, and that is a time boundary, an offer boundary, and an energy boundary. I recommend these 3 because they're easy for you to comprehend and for you to be able to program your mind and be able to structure your startup brand around. All right. Let's start with number 1, time boundaries. You want to set a non negotiable day or a set of hours where you do not create, respond, or engage. I have set aside this week during this time to really focus in on GovCon because I know how important it is to help people pivot right now. My non-negotiable time is during this time, I'm paying attention, I am taking notes, I am doing all of the directives, the homework, and I am ensuring that I am plugged in and focused on everything that I need to be focused on from the time we start the VIP session through the time that we finish the general session. So that's about a 4-hour window of the day where I'm not on the phone, I'm not engaged. And the only thing I'm probably doing around this house is messing with the dogs, letting them in, bringing them out, putting my earbuds in if necessary. But even today, I try to get all that handled before I even checked in. You want to, during this time, stay focused. Make it a non-negotiable. Don't pick up your cell phone. Don't post on no social media. Don't respond to any text, of course, unless it's an emergency, or things like that, so that you can be focused, so that you can be free of all the chaotic distractions, so you can open yourself up to receive what you're investing your time and attention into. You need to batch your content to protect your peace. Either have it batched before or have it batched afterwards. Today is Monday. We're batching all the pre-recordings for the week now so that you can watch them during your giving time while we're focused on GovCon. For the people who choose not to participate in GovCon, or for the people who are choosing to catch this on the replay, late, replay gang, hashtag late at night. All right? Set your non-negotiable, batch your content before or afterwards, and hold on to your peace. Number 2, you want to do offer boundaries. That's where you don't blend your packages for every single request. You can say, here's what I offer and how it works best. Full stop. That's it. Don't talk about nothing else. Right? That way, the individual that came to learn branding can learn branding. Right now, if you go to cheatsheet.martinabrityelverton.com, you will be able to see the downloadable for the cheat sheet. Once you enter your information and you check out, the 3 to 4 videos that come up next are all about branding. Branding in print, branding in web, branding in social media, why you need a brand. All about branding. Because when you're holding on to that cheat sheet and you're learning about branding, you don't need to hear about landing pages. You don't need to hear about government contracts. You don't need to be hearing about youth lifestyle training. You need to know and understand and pay attention to branding. Offer boundaries gives you that result. And third, energy boundaries. Stop forcing yourself to be on every platform and in every inbox. Like I said before, focus on what feels sustainable and effective. Master one before moving on to multiple. Pay attention to one, master one, and then you may want to add a secondary platforms is what I'm talking about in case I'm losing anybody, okay? Pay attention to one before you do many. This will save your energy. People are leaving comments on LinkedIn. I'm not on comments to pay attention to LinkedIn. The same thing is happening on TikTok and IG. Even the shorts on YouTube, I forget to check the shorts because I can go to this wonderful place inside YouTube and I can click on comments and it will show me only the comments and I can respond to the comments and be done. I really wish there was a place in Facebook that no matter who commented anywhere, and when I click on comments, only the comments show up. I got a feeling it might be over in Meta, but again, because Facebook is not my folks' platform, it's all right. It's just going to be what it's going to be. But I tell you in nearly every description that I do respond to comments on YouTube. You really helped me to pre-qualify and disqualify you if you are consistently asking questions on another platform that I've already stated I'm not responsive on. And I even say it in the video sometimes. Leave your comments on YouTube. I respond on to YouTube. In the description, it says I respond on YouTube. It tells you to like, comment, subscribe on all of the platforms, but I respond to comments on YouTube. And if you're constantly engaging on one of the other platforms, thank you for disqualifying yourself. You can't follow directions. I'm good with that. Okay, so help yourself by focusing on your energy boundaries and stop forcing yourself to be on every platform and in every inbox and in every DM. Okay, focus on what feels sustainable and effective. These boundaries don't limit your brand, they actually protect its integrity. Pay attention to that. The brand permission list, I would love it if you guys could actively participate in, is to build a 3-part brand permission list by saying what I always say yes to. Know what you always say yes to. I always say yes to questions, meaning if you ask me a question, especially on YouTube, or if you ask me a question in the free Brand You community, I will respond. I will more than likely respond in a video. I will more than likely create a training, create a checklist, create a downloadable for you to assist you. Create that list of permissions, what you always say yes to. Next, what I will no longer say yes to. Create that list. I will no longer say yes to and share and show you or do for you something I've already sent you a video and told you how to do. Trust and believe I have a client that is the king of doing that. And each and every time I have said, there's a video right there that walks you through every step of that. You're getting close to your date. You might want to watch that video before you completely lose the domain. That is something I no longer say yes to. And I move on because I've already given you the answer. Also, in the last of this list, you can also create a list of what I am allowed to pause, delegate, or delete. You have to pause some things to leave room and space. You have to delegate some things to leave room and space. And some stuff you just don't have to do at all. I could have got up in an uproar today with my daughter's schedule and rushed my son along to get dressed earlier, to get to her earlier so that she could have a pause before she left one assignment that she had to get to another assignment. This is graduation week. We got a lot of running around going on. But I also said, I understand you got running around going on, but one thing I will not do is I will not roar, cause chaos on this week's schedule because we in GovCon. I'm not missing it for anything. My people need this. I will be available to serve them with this, but I can only serve them with this if I get it first. And there's a non-negotiable about that time. So you're going to have to learn to protect your energy and stop trying to be everywhere, because that is why things are not working. You can simplify by picking one platform. You can simplify by choosing one piece of short form content to repurpose. You can automate and schedule everything else. Objection time. You may be thinking, but I'll lose followers if I stop posting everywhere. I ain't trying to be funny, but followers don't equal clients. Connection does. Be present where it counts. Do I need to say it again or louder for the people in the back? Followers don't equal coins. Connections do. Okay, so be present where it counts. Invest in those that invest in you. Okay, so what I would love for you to do is to understand that we offer additional checklists and things inside of our Follow Through Fridays. That's just for members who are inside of the community. We will be available to help you map out your content simplification plan inside the brand new community. So should you choose to join us, and that's at community.martinabrityelverton.com. I'll go ahead and post up my CTA question for today, run it on across the screen so you guys can begin to listen up for your next steps. Your call to action question of the day, however, is what's one thing that your brand has been saying yes to that it needs to start saying no to? My brand has been answering questions verbally or in text for far too long. I now create a video, send it to the individual, use it as content, post it up inside of the brand new community, and occasionally I'll drip a couple out onto YouTube. But other than that, you have to get into the community to get those answers. I no longer just answer questions. I create the videos that give you the answer. All right. So what I would love it if you guys would do is go ahead and create your own brand permission list. I'd like for you to do that today. If you want to post it, and tag me in it, that would be wonderful, right? Post it where you'll see it weekly. If you want to do it publicly, you can post it and tag me in it. But I'm suggesting that you post it somewhere that you see it weekly, that you save it as a screenshot, on your phone so that you can see it every single time that you are about to say yes to something you should no longer say yes to. You can share it with us inside of the brand new community at community.martinabrityelverton.com. We'd greatly appreciate your engagement, your membership, of course. It is a free community. It is organized so that you don't get lost in the sauce across multiple social media platforms. It is organized for you to go by topic, for you to go by date, so you can find what it is that you're needing to find. And definitely, if you have not had the opportunity, subscribe below, because as your brand master, my daily goal is to brand you, educate you, and to help you get your assets in order so that you can go from stuck and struggling to literally creating and attracting people who need what your value is so that you can help them then increase impact and influence out here in these internet streets. I hope to see you guys on tomorrow. Again, due to there being no after office hours today because we're in government contract, you are invited. You can come and join us in government contracting with Dr. Kawana D. Irving, powerhouse inside of government contracting at govcon.martinabrityelverton.com. And tomorrow we are actually discussing you don't need more content. Okay? You need a conversion plan. And if you have not started putting any content out as of right now, then you don't need more content. You just need to tell your story. If you have no earthly idea what I'm talking about, go back on YouTube, go about a week or so back and type in telling your story, storytelling. I talked about that in depth, and I do believe that it will bless you. I'm excited for you guys to register and join us inside of the community and for you to join us on tomorrow. Thank you for your time on today. I greatly appreciate it. Brand Master Martina Britt Yelverton,